Hey everybody, it's Jeff. Welcome to 3, 2. Hey everybody, it's Jeff. Welcome to another episode of Stay Rad Wine Blog TV. I was contacted by the folks at the International Wine of the Month Club. They were wondering if I would check out 2 of their wines and pass on my thoughts to you guys to see if you were interested. So I'm really excited to jump into these because these are international wines that I typically don't get into. I've got one white and one red over here. And starting with, my goodness, it's probably the first appearance on this blog, which is maybe a shame. I've got some white Burgundy for you. When we talk about white Burgundy, I'm not talking about crappy wine that's made in California. I'm talking about the real stuff from France. This is from the Saint-Aubin appellation. That's a sub-appellation of the Côte de Beaune, which is in the greater Côte d'Or region of Burgundy. So I mean, this is a legit area. And when we talk about white Burgundy, we're talking about 100% Chardonnay. This is a 2011. So let's jump into this. This is from Domaine Mark Collin. And I'll have all this stuff linked below so you can check it out as well. I'm really excited to see how this is. And again, I feel like it's a shame that I've been doing this blog this long and I haven't reviewed any white Burg for you, but here we go. Oh, color. I mean, really nice golden pale yellow type of color. It's like a pale yellow to gold. You're really seeing that gold from your angle, which is very pretty. Now, on the nose, I get tired of saying minerality sometimes, but I'm definitely getting that like crushed rock inside of there. I'm getting lime. I'm getting just a subtle nuanced toasty oak on this. Along with some green apples. Yeah, green apples, citrus fruit. And what's nice, you know, when we talk about Chardonnay from France, when we talk about white Burgundy, we're not going to talk about those crazy just like oak bombs and butter bombs from California. We're not really going to talk about naked wines either. There is going to be some oak in play, but the hope is that it's a lot more balanced, a lot more reserved, right? So on the palate, what I'm noticing right now, which is in such stark contrast to your typical California Chardonnay, is there is a hectic, in-your-face, unabashed acidity to this wine. I mean, this is ever-present and unavoidable. I mean, this is an insanely nice, long, killing it kind of acid, which I really like on wines, which I don't expect when I jump into a Chardonnay. Both of these wines, by the way, you know, we're dealing with a wine club, but we're going to say it's around $35, $36 a bottle when you factor in your wine club dues. Wow. Yeah, that acidity right off the bat is just insane. So, I mean, when I think about this acidity, you've seen me talk about all-sauce Rieslings. It's rivaling that acidity. It's really just razor-sharp acid, which I'm loving on this Chardonnay. Yeah, there's that lemon-lime acidity. There's that crushed rock. There's that green apple that's still there. It's like a tingly, bouncy green apple, you know? When we talk about a wine, with absolutely no bubbles, no frizzante there. It almost brings like that bubbly, bouncy acidity of some good champagne, which I'm liking quite a bit. I mean, it's very, there's a party going on here. It's very festive on the palate, and I'm liking this a lot. Wow. Nice, like, medium weight to this. The oak is present, but not over the top. I mean, it's very much in the background. It's giving kind of like a spicy character to go along with that acidity. This is a lot of lemons and limes, and again, like, you know, underripe green apples. But really, I mean, it's such a refreshingly different type of Chardonnay that, man, I need to get into more often. I mean, if this is just opening the door to the Côte d'Or, you know, what a great place to start. This is fantastic. So thank you so much to Mark, Domaine Mark Cullen, for making such an awesome wine here. I'm liking this a lot. Wow. Shellfish for days. That would be great. Shellfish for days. Dang, this is really good. 94 points. This is fantastic. Wow! Thank you, International Wine of the Month Club. This is, woo! I like that. Let's jump into this next wine. So, you know, when I originally opened up the box that these bottles were delivered in, this wine was wrapped in this really fancy tissue paper, and it's got a stamp that says limited release. If you're a stamp collector, you know what? If you're a stamp collector, leave a comment and let me know. I'll send that stamp your way. It looks kind of cool, right? So anyways, just throwing that out there. So it's nice to see a different type of wrapping around the bottle. This is from South Africa. This is the Bellingham Bernard Series 2001 S.M.V. So when we're talking about South Africa, this is a Rhone-style blend. It's Syrah, Mourvedre, and Viognier, and I'll get to that Viognier in a second, but because it's from South Africa and Australia, they call it Shiraz, so it's, I mean, it's the same grape, but a different kind of style, right? This is 75% Shiraz. It's got 22% Mourvedre, and then there is 3% Viognier. And I'm a big fan of Syrah with a little bit of Viognier in there, co-fermented in there. You know, I'm not sure if it's co-fermented in this one, but I've had wines like that in the past, like Ridge puts Viognier in their Syrah. And what I really like about that, and that's kind of paying homage to the Côte Rôtie style from the Rhone region of France, what I really like about that is it adds a whole lot more complexity on the nose. It adds a lot of like floral characteristics with that, just a little bit of Viognier. And the interesting thing is, adding this white wine to that Syrah, or to that Shiraz, is actually going to make the wine darker. So I'm expecting very much like an inky style of Syrah-based wine, and sure enough, I mean, this is dark to the darkness, right? This is super dark side. This is Darth Vader in a glass, right? Now, on the nose... Oh, Jeremy, you're going to love this. Mad chalky, right? Really just up front, I'm just getting this cellar dust and just this, like, just this chalk from a chalkboard scrapings type of chalk. It's chalky, right? I'm getting these really just ripe, blackberry, brambly type of notes on the nose. Getting a little bit of tomato, which is something that I love to find in wines, like almost like a sun-dried tomato type of thing. What I'm getting is more like a ripe tomato with maybe like a little like, yeah, like a little beef jerky and a little bit of like black pepper spice as well. So really interesting on the nose. This is definitely a wine that, you know, if I weren't being filmed right now, I'd spend about 10 minutes just jamming my nose in there and not even taking a sip, because this is, oh, this is tasty on the nose. Yeah, these blackberry, blueberry fruits and that beef jerky and that tomato and that black pepper, very much present. I think you guys are going to like that on the nose. And that spiciness just continues to the palate. That black pepper, that beef jerky is really amped up on the palate. Wow, there's a really good smokiness to this. Like, I almost am getting like some barbecue sauce type of characteristic. So maybe like a little like brown sugar in there too. Not sweet, but I'm getting like an essence of brown sugar. Getting that sun-dried, tomato-y type of thing. Yeah, it's nice. It's neat to see how these like big ripe berries on the nose take such a backseat to the spiciness and the savoriness to this. I mean, I'm getting a little bit of like sweet tobacco. I'm getting like some menthol characteristics. This is a fine wine. This is very fun, and I mean, this is one right here where, well, I mean, both these wines are fantastic, but this is one right here where I think you could trick a lot of folks, you know, for a wine that's in like that $35 range. You know, if you just poured it blind, or if you just, you know, showed them the fancy wrapper and didn't really, you know, go that much into depth on this, you know, I think they would think that it's a lot more as far as the price per bottle. You know, they give pairing suggestions, like, you know, they send a ridiculous amount of notes that go with these wines. And they do give pairing suggestions, and I usually just breeze right through it. I do recall that they said something about lamb, and I could really see this going well with like a lamb-based dish, like maybe a lamb curry, or even something like a gyro, right? Like if you could go Greek. I'm certain if you know, rolled into a Greek restaurant with something other than a Greek wine, they might just kick you right out the door. But if you can swing it, I think it would go really well with a lot of Mediterranean fare. Wow, another really nice wine. I'm giving, wow, I'm giving this Bellingham Bernard Series 2011 small barrel S.M.V. I'm giving it a 92. This is really a fantastic wine. Both of these are great, and I'm so stoked to get a sample like this, guys. So thank you so much for sending that along. Let me know, guys, when's the last time you had a white Burgundy? When's the last time you had a South African Rhone blend? What did you think about them? Leave a comment. Let me know. Till next time, stay rad. Stay rad. Wine blog. Stay rad. Wine blog. Stay rad. Wine blog. Stay rad. Wineblog.com.